Yes, please.
We have a question from Vivekananda.
Yes, Vivek.
What is the best course of action to take when our ideal of perfection is causing others to feel uncomfortable?
Oh, now we want to see, how does our ideal make others uncomfortable? If we believe in a certain philosophy of life, and we are productive and healthy and good citizens making a valid contribution to life, then we will distance ourselves from those who feel uncomfortable because we're being productive and successful in our own ways. We'll want to distance ourselves. So if your family doesn't approve of your studying the Bhagavad Gita and says you should be studying the Bible, or you should be studying the Quran, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, stop. You don't have to be part of this conversation. When those people are saying, thou shalt not, stop. You can distance yourself with respect and say, this is my ideal of perfection I'm pursuing. I do not choose to pursue your ideal of perfection. I will nourish you and support you and sustain you and make a contribution to you and to society and be a competent and efficient member of society. But I'm not here to live life according to your dictates. You've explained your philosophy and I've accepted the explanation, and now I'm free to make my own decision. You've empowered me. You've given me criteria to know what I want and what I don't want. And what you're cramming down my throat is not what I want. Sorry. So now, you back off. I'll back off. I'm not going to impose upon you, nor am I going to be imposed upon. I will support you in the way that I can, to each according to his need, and from each according to his capacity. I will support you according to my capacity and according to your needs. But I'm not here to live life according to your philosophy. I will listen to your philosophy, and then I'll make my own decision. And I think, Vivek, ultimately, we're going to come to an understanding of mutual respect. Or one day, those people who opposed you will call you on the phone and say, hey, do you have any room for me in your ashram? I'm not finding fulfillment in following the path of my imposition. Do you have any room for me in your ashram? The day will come.
It will.
It will. Amon din ki hobe mataram. One day the time will come.
Yeah.
We have a question from Julia.
Namaste, Julia. Thank you for your wonderful seva.
Swamiji, why do you say we are good for nothings, but also say that we are producers offering contributions? Aren't we always in the practice, one way or another, of Ma's divine actions of love? Is there something in every seeming nothing?
Uh-oh. That's one of those nitty questions, Julia. Yes, there is. When you are totally a good for nothing, you are good for everything. That means that you don't have any prejudice whatsoever. You are one of the sons of He who is without prejudice. You know, the sadhus who wear white color, they are free from any color. Actually, white represents the absence of all color. It means it refers to the absence of all prejudice. I don't have an opinion. I have knowledge. I'm rooted firmly in knowledge. I'm not going around and imposing my opinions upon you. I'm here to learn and accept understanding of your opinion. So, Julia, being a good for nothing means you become accepting, you become the udas, you become accepting of all opinions, and you look for those opportunities where you can add value, just as you just performed with your friend.
We have a question from J-Ma James.
Namaste, Jayama.
Was it necessary to have the vision of God to help Arjuna to make such an unconventional choice?
Well, ultimately, James, his unconventional choice became extremely conventional. Because look at the rest of us. Here we are studying all around the world. We're sitting in this circumstance, studying what criteria led him to the decision that he chose to make. How did he get to his decision? And that's going to inform how I get to mine. That's going to tell me with what criteria, with what empowerment did he come to his decision about what it is that he's trying to achieve and how he can best get to that goal. So, yes, it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to have the vision of God. And sometimes we just have the vision of what is the proper solution to my dilemma. Myself. I can understand a priori knowledge. I just look at the equation. I know it. I know it intimately. I know it very, very intimately. It's true. I can feel it in my heart. That it's all right for me to abandon the traditions of my family or to incorporate the traditions of my family into the traditions of my greater family. My family had traditions with bound and made walls. And I was raised to be a something. And suddenly I said, well, I'm not content with that. It's not enough for me. I'm going to become an everything. So I'm going to tear down all the walls, and I can go back to those family traditions, but I can't live there. I don't choose to live there. They are not sufficiently sustaining to me. They're enough that I can participate, but it's not something I can dedicate my entire life to. So the family traditions evolved into the universal family traditions. And now I am a citizen of the universe.